Alright, so you've made your character, picked your class, selected your world, and watched, listen, and or skip the cutscene. Welcome to Eorzea. Now, what to do first? Before we get started, quick disclaimer. This video will focus primarily on content up to level 50, because if I let myself go beyond that point, I'll never get this video done in a week's time. And if you see my first video on Final Fantasy XIV, you may have realized that I could talk about this game all day. And the boss is not a fan of that. So here, Final Fantasy does a fairly good job with guiding you through the basics. So simply follow the instructions and you'll be fine. I won't insult your intelligence by attempting to break this portion down. Fun little fact that many people seem to miss though, if you find out later on you don't like the class you started with, after level 10, this can be easily changed simply by going to the guild or dojo of the new class you want to try out and you begin training right away. There is no limit to how many classes or jobs you can learn. And yes, I said jobs because you can choose a life of a simple miner if you want to switch it up. Leveling a job such as miner, goldsmith, blacksmith, and so on is actually much faster than leveling a war class. The experience gained there is greater, and there is a myriad of ways to gain experience as you go and as you climb the ranks of your grand company. We'll touch on that later. First, let's look at the UI. The UI, or user interface, here is fully customizable. If there is anything on your screen you wish was in another place or just gone altogether, you can make it so. In the options, go to the far right tab. Everything can be edited in either the character configuration, system configuration, or the HUD layout tabs. Character configuration will be more for the control settings, display name appearances, hotbar settings, items menu, and chat settings. This is where you want to go to hide other players' names until you select them or just altogether. You will also come here to change the battle effects if you don't like all the fireworks going off. You do this by going to character configuration, control settings, character. Here you can choose to show all, minimum, or none for you, your party, and others. System configuration is more for audio, video display, controller or mouse functions, and themes. So if you keep brushing that touchpad by mistake and bringing that damn cursor up, change this by going to system configuration, controller settings, deselect use touchpad as mouse, but select enable virtual mouse. It'll make sense here in a bit, just trust me on this. HUD layout allows you to move every aspect of the UI displayed on screen, change its size, and toggle if it is shown or not. As you can see, you can have 4 presets made here. The only thing you cannot change in this window is the chat box. This can be grabbed and dragged with the cursor by the top right corner. If you only have a controller, quit bugging, you can still do this. Press and hold L1 and then press the right analog or L3. The right analog is now your mouse. Press or hold L2 for left click, R2 for right click. Use this to change the size of your chat box. You're welcome. Quick note, because I noticed I forgot to put this in the script here. To turn that function back off, hold L1 and press the right analog again. That turns off that function. But the cursor will remain on screen, so I suggest moving it to the far bottom right hand corner. That way it's not visible and in your way as you're going about your day there. Now, let's talk about leveling for a bit. While you may want to go off and do every single side quest, kill every monster, take part in every fate, and snag every job you see, hold fast on that. The main story quest will grant you a nice chunk of experience as you progress through. While doing some side quests is a good idea, leave most of it for a rainy day. First, find what you can comfortably call your main class and go as far as you can with that. I'd say 50 is a good number, unless you're like me and just fell in love with the story and had to finish it all ASAP. Then by all means, catch up to me so we could talk about it, cause oof.
Never play focus, man.
My bad. As I was saying, once you hit 50-ish, switch it up to a class you've seen running around that you want to try, and use those side quests to break it in. Just always remember to enjoy a nice meal before you head out, as food will provide a small buff and most likely a 3% experience boost for 30 minutes. 1 hour if you have seconds. Also, always check your hunt logs. This will be found in your options under, well, logs at the top of the list. For early levels, this will be a nice hunk of experience to push you along. This, as well as the crafting and gathering logs, can be placed on your hotbar for easy access.
Bruh.
Another thing you could utilize is the Hall of Novice Training, which can be found in your local city-states Adventurers Guild. Find a smith and speak with them. Completing this will award you gear and a ring that grants a 30% experience gain when at or below level 30. Wait a minute, is this right? Is it really 30%? Jesus, why haven't I used that? Why am I only just not figuring out about this? What? So everybody else knew. Alright, yeah, thanks a lot, guys, appreciate it. I'm supposed to be the face of this thing and you guys are just leaving me in the dust, right? Cool. Nope, love you too. For paid players, joining a free company will also benefit you, as they have daily 10% combat experience boost they can activate, granted they remember to do so, as well as other company-wide boosts. Free companies can only activate 2 different boosts at a time. Now, about your grand company. Head over to your company's front desk and speak with the personnel officer. You'll want to undertake supply and provisioning missions. What this is a list of items your company needs. Supplies will need to be crafted and provisionings will need to be gathered. Expert deliveries will be unlocked once you have obtained the rank of Sergeant 2nd Class. Once you've done that, you can provide them with weapons and gear of unique quality. Where the supply and provisioning provides you seals and a shit ton of experience, the expert deliveries will only provide you with seals, but in much greater amounts. Beyond this, you have your squadrons, which are available to all 2nd lieutenants. You have to work these troops up to level 20 and your squad to rank 2 in order to unlock command missions. Don't worry, your squad leader or sergeant will let you know, gleefully. These command missions are a great way to farm experience from all the dungeons you've unlocked up to level 60. From what I gather, that's going to be all of the 4-man dungeons from Halatali to Pharaoh Series Hard. Make sure you and your troops meet the dungeon requirements or you're going to be stuck working the lower levels. So with the leveling up, let's talk about what will be on your road to 50. Level 1. Yep, learned something already. This is the return home function. Once you attune to your hometown's crystal, you'll want to set this as your home. This way, if you die, you don't have to wait to be revived. Just return home.
When you die.
This will also allow you to return home for free every 900 seconds. You can make any crystal your home, so you must attune. Do not skip out on the smaller ones in the city states either, as they allow for faster travel since you can't ride your mounts in there. At level 9, you are granted access to the inn room. This is your home until you have the means to buy your own house, or an apartment at least. Free trial players, this is most definitely your home. There is no decoration here, but you still have access to the minigame in the toy chest. The in-game music that you've collected can be played in orchestration. All past cutscenes can be viewed in the book called The Undying Journey. Your dude can be touched up at the Crystal Bell, and your wardrobe can be polished over at the Glamour Dresser. Your armoire is just for storage, it's no biggie, but this will save you on inventory space in a pinch. Also to note, at level 15, there is a quest called Beauty is Only Scalp Deep, which will unlock the Aesthetician? Aesthetician?
Aesthetician.
Oh, y'all fucking... Alright, bet. I'm out here. Y'all fucking tripping, man. Y'all be fucking playing games with me and shit. Yeah, I'm fucking serious right now.
It's a simple fucking English. Just look it up in the
Man, fuck you and the fucking dictionary. Fuck Google too, man. I'm leaving there.
No, man. What you gotta do is you gotta take a few minutes, you gotta calm down, you gotta come back here and
Man,
let's
fuck
just
a
go.
few minutes, man. I'm walking out of here. I go
Well,
get
I
y'all.
mean, where you gotta go if you wanna
Man,
go?
anywhere but here,
What you
bro.
gotta do? Who's gonna
Anywhere
do
but
it? You
here,
see
bro.
all that shit going on out there? You gotta just pick up another job just like that?
Man, why does it that every time
You haven't even been why you see that? Why you gotta do is try to go out there and
how
do
come you
the
don't
job?
ever let me talk when we having these conversations?
No, you just gotta calm down, you gotta take a few minutes, you gotta come back, you gotta finish this shit up. Just right. You just need to breathe. This is a traffic. Somebody get this man to stick it.
Yo, man,
Go there, relax, sit down, but you are not leaving this building.
stop fucking playing.
No, you're not going there. You just gotta sit down, you gotta calm down, you gotta relax,
You
you gotta
never
talk
let
about
me
this about
talk.
the gentleman. Like a real fucking man. So everybody, I want you to stop. Go ahead, take that. Everybody take that. Stop, cut the recording. Go ahead.
The level 15 Beauty is only Scout Deep quest will unlock the Aesthetician who will do you up. Once you have reached the level 20 main story quest and defeated my old friend Ifrit, you will be asked to join a grand company. Keep your eyes open, however, for the My Little Chocobo side quests. This will allow you to purchase a Chocobo license from said company for 200 seals. This is going to be your first mount. For paid players, you won't be able to use any of your mounts, even the ones purchased from the Mog Station, until you have completed this mission and have the license. To have your newfound friend join the fray in the field of battle, you have to reach level 30 and complete the quest, My Feisty Little Chocobo. After that, just buy you some greens and you two will be together till death do you part. Or the 30 to 60 minute timer runs out. Whatever comes first. You can teach your Chocobo to be an offensive fighter, a defensive defender, or a healer. Yeah, you heard me. A healer. Have fun with that. At level 30, you graduate from your class and are offered its job. This will bring up your job quest and also give you a job stone. Equip this stone manually or you will not officially take on that job. It'll be like giving you a position but you'd never show up for work. Punch the clock. Job quests are every 5 levels to level 50. Then they are every 2 levels to level 60. After that they are at 63, 65, 68, 70, and finally level 80. Final things I'll mention are 2 fairly major items at level 50, a Realm Reborn's endgame. The first thing is a Fantasia you will get once you complete the final dungeon, the Praetorium, or Prey as it's called. This will allow you to completely change your character's look, race, gender, everything but the name. The other thing is that you are now able to fly in nearly all of the base game areas. So take to the skies and rejoice in your victory over your first hurdle, that is a Realm Reborn. A few small side notes I'd like to go over before I return your eyes and ears to your possession. First note, there is no manual dodge. If something is going to punch you, you'll just have to eat that hit. The only things you can avoid are the areas of effect, or AoEs, that are normally marked on the ground in some fashion or televised with some pretty long cast times. Speaking of which, cast timers are displayed over the caster's health bar, so pay attention to this and look to see what is coming and where. Some enemies will cast a spell that you have to turn away from. This is going to be indicated by a big red eye. You see this? Turn away from the caster or suffer. Blue AoEs are friendly, so you normally want to be standing in those. In dungeons, there is a pace you will have to keep. This pace is dictated by the healers and or tank, mostly the healer. So if Doc says slow down or stop, guess what your options are. Limit break, or LB, is shared within the party. It is not per person. If you use this at the wrong time, you may be in for a bad time, so please be mindful. There is a keybind to toggle between run and walk on the keyboard. It is the / over the number pad. This can be changed in the options under System, Keybind, Movement. You go down 8 rows and you have arrived at your destination. Dragoons and dancers may tether you during major events. Don't panic, just pay them to leave when you're done. Read your tool tips. This will help you learn your class and be all that you can be. These want to kill you. These don't care for you. These are hunt targets. B class, A class, and S class. You may see somebody come pull a Saitama. You may not. So call for help or leave them alone. Last note is the stack icon.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Do not run away with the stack icon on you, please. We are your friends. We are here to help. You don't have to bear this burden alone. We can share in this pain and make it through together. I promise. If you made it this far into the video, God bless you. And thank you. Thank you so much. I have way too much fun making these. I couldn't tell you how many times I've had to retake a number of these different things because I know English good. Also, thank you for everybody who watched, commented, liked my last video. Have you played Final Fantasy XIV yet? That one is actually, in the 5, 6, 7 days it was out, has done better than literally everything else I've ever posted. So, you know, it's because of you guys. It's because of you. Thank you so much. It's been awesome. Right now I have no schedule for when I post videos yet. I try to do them weekly. You know, that's the best that I can give you at this moment until I can make something more concrete. I also try to stream Monday through Friday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern time, but that's something else that I don't always stick to, so sorry about that. I've been spending a lot of time lately just pretty much gathering a lot of stuff that I've lost over the several dozen times my computer crashed while I was rebuilding it. She's steady now. She's working good. Everything's going smooth. I couldn't be more proud of myself or of her. I have not given my computer a name yet. I'm thinking it might go with Cortana still, but we'll see. I have my Twitter. My Twitter is back up and running again. So just like Twitch and YouTube, it's all RedSW. You might come across RedSW01. That's the Twitter account that I made to link with my PlayStation. It's a long story behind that. Maybe one of these days I'll share it. But RedSW is the one that I actually pay attention to. So if you want to hit me up or anything, just look for that. Other than that, I am working on my next video very, very soon. I already have ideas of how I'm going to go about that because I want to have some in-depth, I'm going to say, discussions about how different classes work. And I do plan on bringing in different people. It may not be anybody you know. It might be a friend of yours. You just have to watch out and see. That's if I can get it to work out. So, you know, fingers crossed there. Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Later.